Hello and welcome to the Treehouse. This is Kag with your View from Above tarot reading for Saturday, August 10th, 2024. We're going to be using the Centennial Tarot today, and we're going to be doing a 9+1 reading on the energies for the day, starting with the present, the challenge, and the wisdom for the day, plus that 10th card will be the Merryweather card. So I deeply shuffled these before starting the recording, so we'll do one last shuffle here, cut, and then we will lay out the cards. Okay, so here is our present energy for today, and the challenge for today, and the wisdom for today. And our Merryweather card at the bottom of the deck. Okay. The 10 of Cups, probably one of the happiest cards in the deck. And it's a good one for a Saturday morning, isn't it? This is happy home, happy family. This is the ultimate goal of all the emotions that we carry with us to live reasonably happily ever after. So that is the energy this morning as we look at the day here on Saturday. The challenge, the Knight of Swords. So you can see that he is in a great big hurry. And if his hair could be on fire, it would be. I want to call your attention to two things in particular. First of all, this horse is looking back at him like, are you nuts? This is like way too fast. We are moving too fast here. And the other thing is to point out that the tip of his sword is not present. So we don't really know exactly kind of where that is or what the intention is. Swords are words, they are clarity, and they are logic. But when you're going at that speed, I think it's really hard to be logical about anything that would come up across your path. So it looks like the challenge for the day is about this forward movement with a great deal of speed. Could be good, could be bad, hard to say. So that is what's going on here. So let's look at the wisdom for today, which is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is based on the Shakespeare play. Pamela Coleman Smith was drawing, she was a scene designer, and so she was designing the play for The Taming of the Shrew when she was doing the majority of these cards. And so Petruchio, I believe it's Petruchio, is sort of depicted here. And I want to call your attention to the fact that he's wearing two different shoes. And it looks to me like he is, so the meaning of the card is that you need to stand your ground. You need to be okay with who you are and not apologize to anybody for who you are. He's holding that wand in a defensive stance, but he's not fighting with the other 6 wands that are being presented to him. He's basically saying, yep, come and get me. I am okay. And the fact that he's got 2 different shoes on makes me think it's like, take me as I am. But this also indicates to me that this figure can defend himself at any time. He doesn't need to always carry that stick. He can pull it up and defend himself whenever he needs to. And I think that is what those shoes are telling us, is that maybe he was in bed and he was called up to defend himself in some way. So often we walk around feeling defended, right? Waiting for somebody. And especially in the really difficult political separations that we are experiencing in this country, it's like we have to always be prepared to defend ourselves. And so what this card is saying is that you are able to defend yourself, but you don't need to wear the armor all the time, right? You have the ability in the moment to stand up for yourself when you need to. So that's good wisdom here, especially if you're moving ahead really fast. So let's look at clarity for these cards. Our present energy, the 10 of Cups, is buttressed by the 7 of Swords and the 8 of Cups. The 7 of Swords, complicated card. So you'll notice that he is carrying those swords with the blades in his hands. So that's kind of a dangerous position to be in. And so the Seven of Swords is frequently referred to as the deception card. And whether you are deceiving yourself or you are being deceived by something else, it seems like that is going to challenge your happily ever after card in some way. Sometimes this card can also refer to taking a risk. And maybe there's some decision that you are making today. Saturdays are good days for shopping, for, looking for a new car, a new house, a new whatever. But something is going on here that's related to your happily ever after. And you are being warned about some kind of deception. You may be deceiving yourself also. But to be a little bit cautious about what you get involved in today as you are looking at whatever you're going to purchase. And it's buttressed also by this Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is precedes the Nine of Cups, which is the wish. And the wish comes between these two cards. And this fellow is on his way up the mountainside to be able to look back and see, is he actually missing that cup? Does he really need that missing cup? And maybe he does. But it's about getting a new perspective on what you already have before you charge ahead into your wish. And so as you are looking at your happily ever after here, it looks like there is the risk of some kind of deception somewhere, and you are being encouraged to look at this from a different perspective, whatever it is that you are about to embark on today. So this ties in pretty well with this kind of fast moving Knight of Swords. Sometimes opportunities come up and you have to seize on them. And so it could be that is what's going on. You've had some opportunity for your happy ever after, and it's moving at you pretty fast, and you have to make that decision pretty quickly. So let's look at these cards on either side of our knight. Remember, I don't read reversals. I read the whole card. So as he's charging ahead, the Chariot is also a card of movement, but he's also a card of success. He's won the race as he's standing there in his chariot. So whatever this might be, it looks like it could be successful. This card, the Seven of Cups, it can be about distractions. It can also be about a number of different dreams, or not being actually focused on what it is specifically that you want. So you're kind of being cautioned here as we are looking at this challenge is to not get caught up in all of these dreams, but to really put a little focus in place as you are thinking about this situation. What's interesting here is we've got two sevens, and the Chariot is also a 7 card. So sevens are how we consider what we need to do next. The 8 cards tend to be the commitment cards, when you've made a decision that you need to go up here to look back on what's going on. But the fact that you've got 3 sevens here is kind of significant. And then if you look at this one, this is a 7 too. So the 1 7 that we are missing at this point is the 7 of Pentacles. And so when we have so many sevens here, it is kind of incumbent upon us to really consider what it is that we are doing and what it is that we actually want. So let's look at the wisdom up here on our 7 of Wands. And we've got the 4 of Wands, which is about home. It is about home. These are the 2 really happy cards of celebration with family. And as you can see with the castle here, that's home. That is home. So let's look at this one as well. And we've got the Devil. The Devil is trapped thinking. The Devil really gets us into the place where we don't think we have any options. And we always have options, but sometimes it's really hard when we are rubbing up against behaviors that we've had for a very long time. As I look at this, the speed in which this decision is being made is probably related to some old behaviors around, if I don't make this decision, I'm going to lose out. And that can be really scary if you think this is the only opportunity that you're going to have for this. There are just so many cards of being thoughtful here about what your thinking process is. So kind of an exciting time, somewhat distracting here. So yeah. So let's see. We have wands, we have cups, we have swords. We don't have any pentacles. So this is still something that hasn't come into fruition in your possessions yet. So this must be something that you are looking at doing or considering. So it isn't in your hands yet. So there's a lot of movement going on here, a lot of thought process going on. There's a pretty strong desire here with the wands. There's a real emotional attachment to this from the cups, and swords, which is again logic and clarity. And we've got 2 major arcana. Okay, so let's look at the Merryweather card and see if we've got one last little piece here. The Emperor is major arcana, and he is the king of all the kings. He is the sum total of all of the kings in the suits. So he knows exactly what he wants for himself and for his people. And he's pretty articulate about what needs to happen in order for his structure to remain intact. So the Emperor can be a father figure, an advisor, isn't necessarily a male person, but is certainly somebody who carries a lot of active energy or more masculine energy. So somebody who knows something more about what's happening here might be somebody that you would consult. If you're looking at a new car or you're looking at a new house, somebody who has done this before you or has a great deal more experience that can maybe assist with kind of untangling this lack of focus here, or the risks that are involved, or looking at what it is that you think you might be missing, and to help you with any of this unhelpful thinking that you have to hurry up and do anything, even though we've got 2 very strong cards of movement forward here. And it could be that it's movement forward to getting some external advice. So what else can we say about this? I guess I would say proceed with some caution. Remember that Mercury is retrograde during this time. And so if you are going to engage in any kind of contract or documentation works, make sure that your I's are dotted, your T's are crossed, because that is one of the things that is present in Mercury retrograde, where things slip through cracks and we miss something or we don't actually look at it more carefully. And so that may be, if you are going to move ahead with something, to maybe consult another third party to help you look through the paperwork before you make that commitment. So that's what I have for us here today at the Treehouse. I hope that you will like, share, and subscribe to this video, and I will welcome you back next time to the Treehouse when we take another look from above. Take good care and blessings.